Hello, welcome back to the channel. In this update, we will be speaking about the update. In this preview, we will be speaking about the video. Update preview. It's the game SpaceCraft, and they're listening to feedback. Let's see. I will be reading for the first time, and this is so you can just like listen what's up there, what's going on, what's new, right? You don't need to read for yourself. I usually don't read patch notes, but when I'm doing videos, of course I do. So that's for you guys. Update preview, workstations, new building and quality of life improvements. The SpaceCraft team is working on improving one of its core feature, crafting. Hell yeah. So, the letter. Hello pioneers. Today, we'd like to give you a first look at the work being done on the crafting and the smelter workstations. Below you will find overview of the changes we've made, including reduced production times, the ability to leave workstations while production continues, and the addition of queuing system based on your feedback. Hell yeah! These modifications are being done to reduce friction and improve the gameplay experience. Thank you guys. I was playing the game, I was constantly alt-tabbing when I was crafting, and I found this gameplay loop to be like brain dead, completely brain dead. So do I want to play game or do I want to do something in my windows, you know? Terrible. And the worst thing was there was like cap of FPS behind that, so when I was alt-tabbed to Windows, I no longer had 240 FPS, it was like 60 or something, and I really like to have my FPS tune up as much as possible, right? I just hate the mouse lag. Yeah, I think I'm not alone. So, in addition to these changes, we will be introducing a new building and logistics perks, such as the advanced warehouse and personal storage, alongside further quality of life improvements. We look forward to sharing these improvements with you and reading your feedback. Thank you to us. Crafting and smelting, no more waiting. So let's do this. There is a context. Crafting and smelting previously required you to remain at the workstation until the progress bar reached 100%, forcing you to stay idle or step away from your computer instead of continuing to play. Yeah, that was like, haven't you think about this before you release the game? I mean, yeah. So what was changing? The workshop and smelter now continue after you leave the workstation. The queuing system will automatically produce the intermediate resources required to complete a recipe. Manual crafting is limited to recipes that take less than 5 minutes. Longer production times are intended to be handled through base automation. Okay. The interface will display all the resources required to complete a recipe. If any required resource is missing, the crafting button is disabled. Okay. What are the benefits? No time spent waiting at the workshop and smelter, less resource micromanagement, clearer information about the recipe requirements. Yeah, that was also pretty much like a good thing to make. You know, it was very, hard, maybe hard to see at the first glance. Then we have automated production and manual crafting, finding the right balance. So let's read what it says. Persistent worlds continue to evolve even when you are offline. As a result, SpaceCraft design must account time scales, rather than relying solely on the length of individual play sessions. Production evolves alongside your progression, and it's divided into several timescales, each offering a different balance of speed and specialization. So we have 3 scales. The first one is active crafting. Small batches produced manually in limited quantities. The scale 2 is pre-crafting. A specific batches queued before heading out on the expedition, mining, exploration, resource hauling, etc. And then scale 3, idle crafting. Background production that runs continuously at a player pace, generating resource while they are away or offline. Alright, the context. We heard that manual crafting is often more efficient than automated, encouraging you to rely on it for recipes intended to benefit from automation. While effective in the short term, this undermines the value of automated crafting and puts you on the disadvantage in the long run. I mean, I saw when the game was released, there was like a big clans on YouTube showing that they are reaching endgame very quickly, but they are doing everything manually, even the smelting in the small smelters. So I don't know if that was a fun gameplay, but yeah, basically. So, question is, what are we changing? The automated crafting time has been reduced. Manual crafting times have been slightly increased to reinforce the intended balance. Manual crafting remains useful for quick, while larger production needs are better handled through automation. What are the benefits? Automated crafting is now a more attractive and practical option. You spend less time crafting manually and focus on other activities. Progression is better aligned with the intended gameplay loop. Manual crafting and base automation now clearer purpose. Technology and XP progression. Context. Technology XP is currently tied to base expansion and automated production with a maximum XP capacity for each base. Once that limit is reached, production stops gaining XP, making progression unclear and encouraging you to build additional bases rather than diversify your production. This led to dismantling and rebuilding your base from scratch to restore a higher XP gain rate, creating an unintended and repetitive gameplay loop. So what are we changing? They're changing the specific items now feature multiple production milestones. Produce a set number of each resource to and earn technology XP. This is a new gameplay basically. Everything you craft you will use to this. Higher milestones grant more technology XP. Once all milestones for that item have been completed, you will need to explore other production lines to continue earning XP. Yeah, I will not read the benefits because we see that this is just normal, something that added to the game as a gameplay loop, and I think this is a good change. Then I like the idea of the... So it is a technology tier 3, and we have a cost on my screen, and so you have a more drone routes, 12 instead of only 5. This is crazy good. And you have somewhat 2.5 times more city, which is 5,000. And looks pretty cool. So direct connection to workshop, allowing them to automatically collect the resources they needed from the warehouse. This is very good. because before you had to take those resources from the warehouse and put to inventory. It was so I like these changes so far, and maybe I will give the game one more shot when there will be a time to play it. So I like what they have done so far. Custom resource limits allow you to specialize each warehouse, for example by dedicating it entirely to copper, dividing its capacity between 2 or more resources. Very good. The advanced warehouse makes it easier, and it's tier 3 or tier 2, I think. Reduce manual logistics and enables larger and more efficient automated production networks. I like that. We also have directly the picture of the warehouse. So looks cool. Then we have changes to personal storage. The inventory space is limited, forcing some of you to spend too much time managing your inventory, especially during the early game, to you to discard or lose resources due to lack of storage. So what we are changing, you can now deposit your loot in your personal storage available at any station. This storage is shared across all stations, allowing deposited items to be accessed from multiple locations. Hell yeah, I like that, because yeah, this is good. If you are running into laboratory which is on different planets or a space station, you can have things in your storage and maybe you can access them. So there, hard to say, maybe not. That would be a good case, good change in my opinion. What are the benefits? Yeah, easier inventory management from the beginning of the game, less time spent carrying or reorganizing loot, thank you. And additional improvements section, micro furnace improvements. The micro furnace now has increased storage capacity finally, so I like that. You can resources with less inventory management. I like this because it had very low before. So there are some final words from the developers, but before I go, please subscribe to the channel if you enjoy what I do here. I do a lot of videos. Maybe become a member, that will help me really a lot in my life. I don't have a job yet, thank you. If you made this, if you made it, so much for taking the time to read about and understand what you were making these changes. I don't know how to read them. The entire team is committed to delivering a better gameplay experience and shaping the future of SpaceCraft alongside you, our community. I think now listen guys, I have a personal, maybe you know, something is telling me that the team is not that big anymore. Maybe it was big. SpaceCraft haven't had that big you know, like player base. Maybe they expected it to be more popular, I don't know. I previously bought the game, even I tried to get a key, but there was no key for me. Yeah, I don't know what to say. I was disappointed in the game. I like that they made these changes. As I said before, maybe I will revisit. But I don't know, like, I would like to see a lot more changes and a lot more stuff from the development team, but I'm guessing they are not any big like team to make anything. But yeah, maybe we will eventually get a good game. So stay tuned, subscribe to the channel, and I see you on the next one.